forcing people to cling to anything for dear life. Our very own Sarah Carter was in the Tar Heel State today. She spoke to local residents. Many of them are mad, rightly so. Take a look.
Tell me what it was like.
It was actually pretty scary. I didn't really think it was going to be anything, just like a normal storm or something, and all of a sudden it just got crazy.
Well, after it got started, then, I mean, it was on the roofs. It covered a lot of the buildings, like the building over there. It was on the rooftops.
The biggest thing is we were worried for family outside of the area that didn't know we were safe, and not being able to let them know we were safe.
Any support that we needed here, you know. There's a lot of people that have absolutely nothing, have lost their families and stuff, and I mean, you know, we need anything and everything that they, you know, are willing to do or give.
I got out immediately, and I got out into the storm to see what was going on, and I saw all that, and we went in the other end of the house, and we've been living in the kitchen actually and sleeping on the floor in the kitchen since this happened, and
Absolutely.
thank God Samaritan's Purse got here.
What's been incredible to me is how the community has pulled together. Samaritan's Purse, this Franklin Graham, Billy Graham, this is your home.
Yes, it is. Samaritan's Purse is headquartered in Boone, North Carolina, and all of the staff live in the surrounding areas, the mountain towns. And so we're used to deploying supplies internationally in different parts of the United States where disasters of this level are so common. For it to hit home made it much more personal, but the mission stays the same.
Finally, Joe Biden got off the beach and visited North Carolina today. He was briefed on the recovery effort in Raleigh after flying over some of the worst damage further west, which, remember, 2 days after Katrina, George W. Bush got vilified for. He continues to maintain that the federal government is doing all it can to support the victims. Federal troops and helicopters finally now are being deployed to help the victims. It's nearly a week later. According to North Carolina Senator Ted Budd, quote, every North Carolinian I have talked to is frustrated by the government's horrific response. Now, thanks to Donald Trump's good friend Elon Musk, thankfully Starlink is finally available in impacted areas that have not had communications for over a week. Now, where was Joe Biden when the crisis began? On the beach. Where was Kamala Harris in Hollywood, you know, raising money from her friends there? North Carolina Senator Ted Budd is with us. Senator, first, our condolences to the people of the great state of North Carolina. You know what's amazing to me, Senator, as I look at all of this, and you say that you're frustrated and everybody you talk to is frustrated by the slow response, and then I look at, you know, you went on to say it's clear, and it has been clear from the beginning, that federal resources were needed to access communities. Now, but for Franklin Graham, Samaritan's Purse, Donald Trump calling Elon Musk and Starlink, you know, I don't know if there would have been any help at all. And Joe Biden today's talking about climate change. How about we talk about saving lives, getting communication, water, and supplies to people?
Sean, that just shows how out of touch he is. But before we get into that, this is not a time for political grandstanding. This is a time, first of all, to let the people of North Carolina know how much we love them, how much I love them, how much we're doing to work for them, to bring as many resources as fast as we can. And absolutely. So I've been on the ground at Katrina. I was doing relief work at Hurricane Floyd 25 years ago. I've never seen anything like this. So this is a 1,000-year incident. We pray it never happens again. But these are resilient people in western North Carolina. And yes, there are other states too. And we pray for them as well. I'm talking to my colleagues in those other states. And this is the worst disaster I have ever seen. But God bless groups like Samaritan's Purse, Franklin Graham, his son Ed Graham, others that are stepping up, bringing in the military discipline and the speed and the generosity and serving in the name of Jesus to make things better for people in western North Carolina. So I would say let's reach out to these private groups. If people want to come and help, go through the American Red Cross, volunteer through Samaritan's Purse, go through a local church or organization. It's the private citizens that are stepping up right now. I saw a group the other day, Operation Airdrop, private citizens with small airplanes, people who spent their life savings to make the dream come true and be able to fly a small helicopter, are risking themselves, bringing their own personal equipment here and doing rescues. And they're taking these Starlinks that Elon Musk has generously donated. They're flying them into isolated volunteer fire departments that are connecting neighborhoods and communities that are otherwise cut off.
Well, I'm not asking people to do something I myself did. I sent a donation to Samaritan's Purse. It's SamaritansPurse.org. We'll continue to follow the story, Senator, and our prayers are with the people of North Carolina. Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.